No matter how old you are, 50, 60 or 70, there is one thing that will always remain relevant. Either money works for you or you work for money. Here is the wake-up call. 7 out of 10 Americans of retirement age rely on Social Security as their primary source of income. That outcome could be different when you turn financial freedom into a skill, a strategy, a discipline, and a decision. Ask yourself right now, do you control your money or does it control you? A mentor once taught a young man named Jim a simple truth. It does not matter how much you earn. What matters is what you do with it. He asked Jim if he had ever saved 10 cents from every dollar. The answer was no. The mentor smiled and said, "That is where we start." From that moment, everything began to change. Not overnight, but consistently. Wealth is not an accident. It is the result of the right habits and the right mindset. People often say, if only they earned more. But true financial well-being is built on decisions, discipline, and long-term thinking. You can have $1 million and lose it in a year. You can have a modest income and build a legacy. So here are 7 proven strategies that work no matter your age or starting point. Strategy 1. Live on 70% of your income. Not 100% and definitely not 110. Keep 70% for living. Then split the remaining 30% into 3 parts. 10% to invest in yourself through books, courses, and knowledge. 10% to build capital that works for you. Another 10% to give to charity. A mentor put it bluntly, if you cannot live on 90%, you will not be able to live on 1000%. This is about self-discipline, not math. When you live on less than you earn and divide the rest with purpose, order and self-respect enter your life. Strategy 2. Save and grow. Do not stash money under a mattress. Money must work. If it is not working, it is just paper. The key is discipline. Save automatically and systematically as soon as income comes in, not if something is left over. Automatic saving is non-negotiable. You just do it like brushing your teeth. Strategy 3. Study money like your life depends on it. Because it does. Most schools did not teach compound interest. They did not teach that a credit card is not money. The greatest enemy of financial freedom is not lack of money, it is lack of knowledge. Learn at any age, 1 new lesson per week, 1 financial term, 1 principle. This is not about becoming a financial expert. It is about never being a financial victim again. When knowledge grows, spending becomes wiser and opportunities expand. These first 3 steps are the beginning of freedom. Live on less than you earn. Save and grow. Learn something new about finance every week. Start today, not on Monday, today. Strategy 4. Plan your money before it leaves you. Financial freedom begins with a notebook, a pen, and a habit. Each month, write a simple list: income, expenses, remainder, and a purpose for every dollar. If you do not tell money where to go, it will disappear. Unstable income is not an excuse. It is a call for greater responsibility. Make a minimal projection and a survival baseline. When more comes in, do not spend it. Make the surplus work for you. Planning replaces emotional reactions with goal-based actions. Strategy 5. Create assets, not just savings. Money by itself does not give freedom. It must be turned into something that works without you. An asset is anything that brings income or value over time. Skills can be an asset. A small business can be an asset. A well-written book can be an asset. Knowledge becomes ideas. Ideas become products. Teaching becomes workshops. Workshops become income. Income becomes capital. Capital becomes assets. At an older age, experience is an advantage. The difference is not age, it is mindset. Rich people look for opportunities. Poor people look for excuses. Do not fear smart risk. The biggest risk is doing nothing, because inflation eats savings. Strategy 6. Keep personal financial records. If you do not track your money, you are not in control of your life. A mentor once asked how much was spent on food last month. The answer was, I do not know, but probably not much. The truth is simple, I think means I do not know. And I do not know means I'm not in control. Tracking transforms more than your numbers. It restores peace and clarity. Records reveal your real values. If the page shows 0 on books and hundreds on cafes, the truth is clear. Strategy 7. Think in terms of legacy. Do not just ask how much will you earn, ask what will you leave behind. Legacy is not only a bank account, it is a system, an example, a philosophy. One farmer did not have a large estate. but he left decades of journals that tracked harvests, expenses, and profits. His children saw a system. They discovered he was not just a laborer, but a planner and an entrepreneur. That legacy changed their lives. Success is not what you get, it is who you become. Now put this into action with a quick 10-point self-assessment. Rate yourself from 1 to 10 on each. 1 means you fail at this. 10 means you do it consistently and confidently. How confidently do you manage monthly expenses? How regularly do you automatically set aside part of your income? How often do you invest in your financial literacy? How clearly do you understand where your money goes each week? How detailed is your monthly income and expense plan? Do you have at least one asset that brings income independent of your job? Do you have an emergency fund for at least 3 months of living? How free are you from debt and credit obligations? How often do you talk openly and calmly about money with your family? How confident are you that you are passing on a financial culture to the next generation? Look at your lowest score. That is your biggest opportunity. For 1 week, focus on it with simple actions. If tracking is weak, write down every purchase each evening. If learning is weak, read 1 book for 20 minutes daily. If saving is weak, set up an automatic transfer of 10% from every income. If conversations are weak, schedule an open money talk with your family. Choose 3 small, specific actions and repeat them. Small disciplines create big changes. Money is a servant, but a dangerous master. Learn to manage it and it will serve you for life. Are you the master of your finances or a guest in your own bank account?